All right, this video is just kind of to supplement the math antics video that I've also posted on the student view. It does a really good job of talking through inverse operations. So here's a couple of examples. Remember, 4 is being multiplied by x, so we want to do the inverse operation, which is division. So we're going to use a fraction bar here to show division. We're going to divide both sides by 4. And so notice how I'm showing what I'm doing to both sides. And then what's left on this side? It would be x. Then 20 divided by 4 would be 5. Okay, and we can always check over here. If I put 5 in for x to see if it's a solution, meaning it would make the statement true, and it does, in fact, make it true. Okay, over here, x is being divided by 2, so we want to do the inverse operation, which is multiplication. So we want to multiply by 2, so I do that to both sides. What's left over here? Well, it's x, and then 5 times 2 would be 10. All right, then we look at one with a fraction. Now, we could divide both sides by 1/4, all right? And that would basically end up being a 7 divided by 1/4, which is the same as 7 times 4, which is 28. Okay, we could do that, but we could also do the multiplicative inverse, all right? That was kind of our theme of the day, multiplicative inverse, all right? Multiplicative inverses are the flips or the reciprocals of each other. So if I have 1/4, the multiplicative inverse is 4 over 1. If I have 3/4, the multiplicative inverse is 4 over 3. And what happens is when I multiply these, I get 1. And that's important because I want 1 to be next to x, because that means I have x all by itself. So 1/4 x, I can multiply it by the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse, which is 4. So I basically end up doing 7 times 4, which is what I would end up getting to anyway if I divided both sides by 1/4. But this is a lot quicker. All right, so our answer, x equals 28. Now in this case, 4/5 x, what's the multiplicative inverse of 4/5? Well, it's 5/4. So I multiply 5/4 on both sides. And what's left on this side? Well, it cancels out. I'm left with x. And then I end up having 60 over 4, or 15. X equaling 15. Okay, and then on 5/3/4 x, I could do 4/3 on both sides. So multiply both sides by 4/3. I would get 8/15 as my answer. X equals 8/15. Okay, so your assignment was to do page 133 to A through F. All right, I would definitely work on these in another spot where I can show each step. And remember, some of these might want to use the multiplicative inverse in order to solve them. All right, thanks for watching.